Okay. All right, hello everyone. So go ahead. We want to go ahead and get started here. It's 10 o'clock. I want to welcome everyone. Thank you for joining the AAEON Hailo joint webinar on accelerating AI deployment, scaling up with AAEON UP platforms and Hailo-8 modules. My name is Christopher Pham. I'll be the host. Also with me is Sevan Fan. I know his name is listed as myself, but that's Sevan down there. He's our up product manager. So we will be moderating and hosting for this webinar. In today's session, our panelists will be sharing their insights on leveraging entry-level Intel-based AAEON platforms paired with the Hailo-8 modules to optimize your AI deployment. Our goal is to provide you with valuable insights and actionable strategies that you can implement immediately. So before we dive in, just a few housekeeping notes. This session will be 45 minutes. Let me just make sure. Again, please feel free to ask any questions regarding in our Q&A section, and we'll address those at the end of the webinar. Also, this session is being recorded, and for those who could not attend or for future reference. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick introduction of our companies. AAEON was established in 1992. We are one of the leading designers and manufacturers of industrial IoT and AI edge solutions. AAEON provides reliable, high-quality computing platforms, including industrial motherboards, rugged tablets, and embedded AI edge systems. Hailo is founded in 2017, is a leading manufacturer of top-performing AI processors, which are designed to run advanced machine learning applications on the edge. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and introduce our speakers and our segments. So our first segment here is with the Hailo team. It's going to be regarding the advancing AI introduction to Hailo AI processor. So we have Rich DeSouza, Director of Sales. Also with him is Camille Moyer, who's a Field Application Engineer. So in segment 2, we have innovations in platforms with the AAEON UP boards and systems with Irene Lin, our product manager. She's from the AAEON UP division, and also with her, of course, is Sevan, right? He'll be answering questions. And the last section is just AAEON UP Hailo application case studies with Howard Young, our Edge AI solution architect, who is with AAEON. So we'll go ahead and get started with our first segment. So we'll go ahead and start here with Hailo. Go ahead, Rich.
Hi there. So I think hopefully you can see my screen. It should say top performing Edge AI processors. Great. Thanks, Chris, and thanks to everyone for joining us today, taking this time to spend with us. On my first slide, I just want to talk a little bit about Hailo. As Chris mentioned, Hailo was founded in 2017, and we still talk about ourselves as a startup. And that's actually quite true in how we respond to the requirements from the market and our customers. But in actuality, we are very well established. We are already on our second generation of silicon in mass production. You can find our presence across the globe, across the America, Europe, the Middle East, Asia Pacific. We are a purely semiconductor chip maker. We make money by selling chips in various forms, from just ICs to M.2 or PCIe boards. But I think it's interesting to note that even though our revenue has increased tenfold and we only make money by selling chips, we still reinvest heavily in software. 70% of our engineers are software focused. It's because we understand how important software is to your success. Our software tools are free. You just need to sign up to our developer zone or look us up on GitHub. Now, this slide actually shows a sampling of our customers, partners, and certifications. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this slide because we're going to talk more about the use cases as we go further into the presentation. But in general, you can find us anywhere from industrial to automotive applications. I think you're going to recognize quite a few of these brands. A little bit on what we do. Our processor architecture is specifically designed for AI model processing. for both CNNs and transformers. I think you're going to find we're pretty much unique in that approach. Really, the idea is to provide the highest performance at the lowest power, the highest tops at the lowest watts. This allows us to be very well positioned for AI inferencing at the edge. We really don't get involved in training models, just executing them efficiently in environments that are size and power constrained. So why are we focused at the edge? Inferencing at the edge can provide several benefits. Let's discuss a few. Local processing reduces latency and enhances user experience. You can perform analytics and take action in real time. You free yourself up from the predictability of the network. You can guarantee delivery of services or functionality with the highest accuracy without concern for network interruptions. I think we've all heard about the concerns for privacy. For example, here in the US, there are HIPAA laws that govern the use of medical data, usually patient-related data. Inferencing at the edge can help you remove the need to transmit personal or sensitive data back to the cloud. That's just an example. So we've talked about performance, the importance of real-time low latency inferencing, all with a need for high accuracy. Let's talk a little bit about versatility. Our processors can handle multi-source inputs. A single 26 TOPS Hailo accelerator can typically handle between 10 to 20 cameras, depending on what you're doing. The hardware and software architecture can handle complex AI model pipelines, multitasking, and dynamic model reconfiguration. And as I mentioned earlier, we can even support transformers. Our accelerators can be ganged. You can add processors and they linearly scale in performance. For example, one processor will provide 26 TOPS, two will provide 52 TOPS, 104 TOPS, and so on. I'm going to actually, in the next bullet points, I'm going to leave this to Camille. She's up next and she'll go into more detail on that. But I did want to touch on these couple of points. I think you'll find we're focused on making sure you meet your budgets at the very edge. We want to make sure you meet the budget for your power, but also your costs. And I think you'll find our pricing to be targeted at high volume commercial and industrial applications, including automotive. So today we're pretty much focusing on what we call the Hailo-8 product line. It's been in mass production now for several years. The Hailo-8 is an accelerator. It marries up to a host processor, typically an x86 or ARM-based processor. We support a large variety of ARM-based SoCs, certainly the most popular ARM SoC manufacturers. The vast majority of our deployments don't need active cooling. We are typically just passively cooled. It's not atypical to see us run anywhere around 2 to 2.5 watts. You can find us in a variety of edge applications from an accelerator standpoint, from on-premise servers to ruggedized enclosures in automotive. Just to let you know, earlier this year, we went into mass production and made available our own single chip solution for cameras, a VPU. We embedded our neural network processor alongside a high-performance quad-core ARM processor, a DSP, and an ISP, all in one single SoC. The Hailo-15 product line is a single chip solution for AI video enhancement and AI analytics within a camera. And also, excitingly, earlier this spring, we announced another AI accelerator, the Hailo-10. It's an accelerator targeted to inference very large models, typically the ones you would see for generative AI. So some of the specific markets we're pursuing: video security, ranging from ITS, intelligent traffic systems, to access control, industrial automation, a variety of robot applications, and to machinery. This central image is really, we've been deployed for barcode reading. You can even find us in multiple applications that do defect detection in production lines. We have, our devices typically, mostly all our devices actually support extended temperature range, -40 to +85. If you look at the automotive space, we're in everything from ADAS to in-cabin monitoring. And to support this market, we have devices that support -40 to +105 and our AAC Q100 grade 2 qualified. Interestingly enough, in personal compute, you can find us from everything from video conferencing to hardened mass storage devices for content creation. So that's everything from conference rooms to Hollywood. And interest for us in personal compute has gone up dramatically since we announced the Hailo 10 for generative AI. I'm going to hand this over now to Camille. I'll be available at the end for questions.
Thanks, Rich. So I kind of want to emphasize that Hailo's products are prepared to run on a variety of edge applications. So in the first case, you have this perceptive AI, which is the typical use cases that we're pretty familiar with at this point, which is like detection, classification, segmentation, right? You're drawing bounding boxes around cars, traffic lights, people, those kinds of things. So we're very well attuned to these kinds of scenarios. We're also moving forward with enhansive AI. And this is more where we're applying models to enhance image quality itself. So think of low light denoising, dewarping, image stabilization, these kinds of applications. And then from there, finally, we're moving towards generative AI, which is, the focus of our newest technology, as Rich kind of mentioned. We are designing it to run large generative models. So it's a really useful application. You can think of situations where you want text prompt to video search, like I need to find somebody with a red hat, or I need to find a little boy with a blue shirt. Those kinds of situations are something you can think of. So we're trying to really employ our hardware across a breadth of AI edge applications. So Hailo is unique all the way down to its silicone, and this is evidenced by the 30 patents that we've been granted. It's designed specifically to run neural networks, so its efficiency comes from physically distributing control, memory, and compute elements, so these small elements across the board. You can see here that each layer of the neural network is distributed across the elements. This separate distribution allows you to run each layer in parallel. So for example, if you take one image, you start the process, you run it through layer 1 and it moves on to layer 2, you don't need to wait for it to completely flow through the model before you can start image 2 on layer 1. So you can continuously iterate in that sort of parallel fashion so that you're moving data as quickly as possible through all of these layers. The smaller elements are also what allow us to run in a more energy efficient way. So we reduce our power consumption, which can be very valuable on the edge. Included with this, these smaller elements give us the chance to incorporate our memory, compute, and control elements close together. So it allows for even more efficient processing of your neural networks, giving you the best possible inferencing that you would want to expect. Now, of course, hardware is kind of nothing without software. It's why a lot of our company we have a huge portion of software engineers. It's very important to efficiently map everything to your hardware. So I'm going to talk about our comprehensive AI software suite. It's essentially a robust set of development tools and runtime libraries for your use. It allows you to compile models, implement AI applications, and deploy them across various form factors of our Hailo devices. So to start with, I'm going to kind of focus on this model build environment. And the main feature here is your data flow compiler. The data flow compiler is what transforms models into the executable format for the Hailo device. So for example, if you have a custom model or an open source model, you can take it from either TensorFlow, TensorFlow Lite, Keras, PyTorch, Onyx, and run it through our data flow compiler to get that executable format to run the inferencing on the Hailo device. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in the upcoming slides, so I'm going to keep it there for now. So along with that environment, we have the Hailo Model Zoo. The Model Zoo is more for the case where you want to test out a model, an open source model, or you are using an open source model for the backbone of your custom model, and you want to figure out how it might run on the Hailo before you do all of the compilation. So the Hailo Model Zoo has over 100 models that are already pre-compiled for your use. So you can test it out before really digging into any more of our software, which is really useful. Now, on the other side, we have the runtime environment. The runtime environment includes our Hailo runtime, of course, which is the production grade runtime library. It also includes low-level Python, C, and CPP APIs. So if you have a pre-built pipeline on another type of GPU or processor, it's very easy to incorporate that pipeline without having to rewrite. You really just have to run your model through the Dataflow compiler, bring it over to our Hailo RT, and we have most of the support that you're already looking for right there. So it's pretty plug and play for the most part in that case. And of course, along with that, we have our driver. The driver is used for communication over the PCI interface to the Hailo device. And it's compatible with Windows and Linux, including Yocto and Ubuntu. So we hope to be pretty agnostic in these situations. Lastly, we have Tapas. Tapas is kind of this end-to-end application. I like to think of it as like an easy proof of concept. So if you want to see how a pipeline runs from video input to detection, segmentation, whatever it is, and then all the way out to the display, this is what Tapas is for. So you can go in there, we have a variety of applications that you can test immediately with your Hailo device. So like I said, I want to focus a little bit on that Hailo Dataflow compiler, because this is where if you are coming in with your custom model, it's going to be the piece that you're really most focused on. So this allows you to compile and optimize pre-trained models for Hailo's executable format. So this is where you're going to take that custom model, you're going to flow it through, and you're going to spit it back out so that you can run it and do inferencing on the edge. Now, the key features here are we have efficient quantization schemes that allow you to maintain as high possible accuracy as you need on the edge. We also have automated resource allocation. So like we showed earlier, you're mapping those individual layers to all the elements on the Hailo device. And we have provided the software within the Dataflow compiler that allows you to do it in the best way possible to get the most out of the device. We also have an offline profiler. This gives you FPS, power, latency without actually having to plug the Hailo device in. So if you have a separate build environment compared to your runtime environment, which is, can frequently happen, then you can still get really accurate information for how it's expected to run on the Hailo device without actually having to combine it or send it over. And then lastly, we actually have a bit exact emulation for your expected accuracy. So because we do quantize, we want you to be able to test the difference in accuracy, which is usually quite minimal. And we have a lot of tools to help you fine tune and ensure that the accuracy remains where you want it to be. So similar to our Model Zoo, we also have this Model Explorer. Even if you have your own custom model, again, I understand that in a lot of cases, you're taking an open source model and you are adjusting it to make your custom model. So if you want to kind of see really quickly or compare how open source models are being run on the Hailo device, this is where you can have a look. You have a breadth of applications here, and all you have to do is hover your mouse over one of the models that you're interested in, and it can already give you all this information we're showing here, which is like, for what input resolution would you expect certain FPS? What's the latency expectation, post-quantization accuracy, this kind of information. So if you don't even want to go into the Model Zoo and download and test on a Hailo device, you can just go straight to this Model Explorer and get all the information that you need. So I just wanted to show a couple of our deep learning performance comparisons. For frames per second alone, you can see that we perform about 10% better on the Resonant 50 for Xavier NX, and at least 40% better for the Orin Nano. For power efficiency, I mean, this is where we really outshine with our small elements that allow us to, I mean, the graph is kind of evidence for itself. It really allows us to give you the fastest FPS for the lowest amount of power consumption. So it's where we really benefit for edge use. So I want to thank you all for listening to us. I know Rich Rich also says thank you, and we appreciate your attention.
Great. We're going to go ahead and transition over to Irene's presentation. So we'll go ahead and cue that up. Ready?
Oops.
Irene?
Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rich and Camille, for providing such rich content of Hailo. So the second part of this webinar is the innovation in platforms, in which we will see, you will see what hardware solution AAEON is providing for you to reach out to Hailo much more easily. So I'm the product manager, Irene, from AAEON UP team, and I'm based in Taiwan. So first of all, not sure how much you've heard about UP, but actually it's been nearly a decade since the first UP board was born. UP has emerged as a trailblazer in the industrial market, and on the beginning in 2016, our inception brought the pioneering integration of Raspberry Pi and Intel architecture, ushering in a new era of compact embedded solutions. So through the online shop and community, we empower developers to seamlessly bring their ideas to and transition into mass production. And over the last 5 years, thanks to the even closer collaboration with Intel, we continuously push boundaries and integrate the latest processor features into our products. And in this page, you are able to see module vendors of connectivity, sensor vendors, AI software partners, multiple IoT software solution providers, and also the operating system leading providers such as Microsoft and, sorry, why is my, oops, okay, should be this page. Okay, Microsoft or Canonical, which brings us Windows and Ubuntu, and of course the Edge AI silicon provider, Hailo, who is also our partner in this webinar. Okay, and next page, I would like to reveal the core value of our brand. As you can always see that UP will be followed by the bridge the gap, these 3 words as subtitle. So here is our core value. From innovation to reality, we want to be the best partner for our developers and makers as the bridge between makers and industry. We can 100% help customer realize their good ideas to landing. So to quickly meet customers' multiple requirements, you can see here we continuously expand our product lines from the classic ultra tiny 1.8-inch, very tiny upboard, classic upboard to compact the square size board with more IOs, and also the high-end Core i series, which we call the UP Extreme for high performance and AI inference. So, and also we have the system level products with very compact design and fanless thermal solution as well, as you can see here. And because of the brand connotation mentioned previously, we have also become an important partner of the Intel Next team in recent years. As the technical pioneer, we also try our best to assist in the promotion of each platform's features, and Intel will also promote the UP products with the key account at very first priority. Okay, so in this page, you are also able to very quickly browse the whole product line of our UP series. So as you can see, including the tiniest form factor UP 1.8-inch, the compact but powerful UP Squared and UP Squared Pro series in the middle level, and also the most high-end Core i series with the same size of Nano ITX, which we call the UP Extreme, with extremely rich IO and the best performance ever. So customers actually can choose solutions based on the specific requirements or scenarios out of the UP family. And even though you can see that our largest motherboard is only 12 by 12 centimeters, all the platforms in the red box I marked here can all support Hailo-8 2280 module with the M.2 slot. So you can see we truly dedicate in the designing very super compact and powerful edge AI solutions. And besides the mainstream product line that just mentioned, here you can also see that we provide the vertical solutions as well. For Edge AI, for example, we have designed the onboard Hailo-8 with Intel Alder Lake and also pin-to-pin compatible the Amston Lake platform as an all-in-one box PC for the Edge AI solution. And later we are going to share much more information about this product. Okay. Here we finally come to the main topic for today. As everyone knows, NVIDIA is now in the spotlight for a very long time, especially for AI. But there are still many customers working on AI at the edge who are eagerly awaiting a solution to fill the gap after Intel Merit X reaches its end of life. So let me introduce a new concept, which is for Edge AI. Please look to UP. Break free from the frameworks that NVIDIA provides till now. Intel plus UP is already a very highly complete platform. So both in terms of software or peripherals, with this structure in place, what solution do we offer for our customers in vision AI applications, and what role does Hailo play in this? Let's dive in. From this page, I would like to mainly focus on the latest AI solution within the UP family. So over the past 2 years, we've been consistently asked about the next steps in Intel AI by lots of our customers. As partners who have previously collaborated very closely with Intel on the development of Merit X and also Kimbay, we have been eager to introduce new products to fill this demand very deadly. So in this slide, we showcase Intel's flagship Edge AI platforms, ranging from light to relatively heavy workload platforms. And these include the entry-level Intel Atom-based processors with Hailo-8 AI accelerator. And also we have the middle end, the 12th and 13th generation Core i processors. And also we have the recently launched Intel Core Ultra processors, which we also call the Media Lake, featuring the latest architecture and including Intel Arc graphics and integrated NPU and so on. And this comprehensive solution allows customers to choose simply according to their specific requirements and scenarios. And moving forward, let's look more on the introduction of Hailo product. Okay, and this is our UpSquare Pro 710 Edge, which is the first system designed specifically for the Edge AI application, which is the vertical market within our UP family. In addition to featuring the latest Intel processor M series, also called the Alder Lake and Amston Lake, just mentioned, it also directly integrates the Hailo-8 accelerator on board. So, and also with the onboard memory and storage by default, it also supports wide power input voltage ranging from 12 to 36 making it a very cost-effective and compact fanless AI box. And moreover, all the expansion card slots are located on the different sides of the CPU. So, which means allowing for easy access with bottom opened and enhancing the convenience of expansion module utilization. For example, if any of the scenarios needs more TOPS of AI, you can simply add one more Hailo-8 module to the M.2 slot on this product, so that you will get total 52 TOPS with a compact fanless AI box. And the next question may always be, how do we ensure that solutions like Intel plus Hailo benefit our customers? Here we list three. Firstly, among the multiple AI products, edge AI deployment usually requires just the right processing power with very good pricing. So since we employ onboard design, our price is much more competitive compared to all the other players featuring Hailo modules on the market. And second one, in the inherent advantages of Intel, there's huge time and effort savings in the development. Under the Intel architecture, the peripherals have drivers available at the time when CPU mass production. So with no efforts required for simply general I/O functions, most of the customers can be very confidently allocate resources to AI model training and implementation, which means that focus on the valued applications and key technologies with limited software efforts. And the last part will be the scalability and functionality. With our special framework and pin control driver developed to be the compatible for Raspberry Pi 40-pin hat. The upboard, we are giving our users more possibility and flexibilities for expansion and peripherals under both Linux and Windows environment. So the above three is what benefits that our solution can provide to our users and customers. And now it's the summary time. So you may be still very curious about how to differentiate the needs for customers between Intel solutions from the very entry level to the high-end level. So here we try to demonstrate with an easy scenario comparison on the AMR to show the benchmark. These of the data are from one of our very close partner who is a AMR player. So I will say I'm pretty confident on the reliability. So first of all, we can start from the very entry level, the UP 4000 tiny board based on the Amston Lake. Even with the relatively old platforms, we can still do very simple navigation to identification in a sequence. But if you want to do at the same time, we will suggest that you can upgrade to UP 7000, which we are equipped with the Lake N, which is the latest Atom-based CPU. And in this case, you will be able to do the navigation and identification for a single model at the same time. And at the third level, if it's not enough, if you have more than one models and you have to do at the same time with navigation, our partner says that this moment, the Hailo-8 will be joined in. So here we propose OpSquare Pro 710 Edge with the Hailo-8 on board, and also the CPU will be the Lake N. In this case, you can do the navigation and also identification with two models for one, the shape, another one script at the same time. And the last part will be even higher level. simply when people, for example, you need more cameras from 4 to 8, then the bandwidth might be a problem if you still keep on the Atom-based platforms. And in this case, you may need to upgrade to a Core I level platform. So in this case, you can do the navigation and also, of course, identification, not only Model 1, Model 2, but also be followed with some action like snap, like other GPIO's actions. So this is the very simple comparison table to show the benchmark that we can provide for every single different Intel AI solutions level. And this is the last interesting news to share with you, which is that our upboard is also compatible with the Raspberry Pi AI kit. So thanks to the same form factor and the 40-pin design between UP 4000 and Raspberry Pi, for users who now just want to use the Hailo solution on a very tiny 1.8-inch Intel platform, I can be 100% sure that the UP 4000 and Raspberry Pi for UP 4000 is definitely the only choice on which you can just simply install the Raspberry Pi AI kit with special FPC cable to connect the Raspberry Pi carrier board to our motherboard, and you will get a super tiny, cost-effective Intel solution plus Hailo-8 with onboard memory, onboard storage, dual displays, GPIOs, and also TPM for security. So if you are very interested in such a tiny Intel Edge AI solution of Hailo, please don't hesitate to come to AAEON and find UP. And this is the last slide of my part. And all I want to promote again is we are UP team, we are UP. We bridge the gap between the innovation and reality. And I look really forward to becoming your best partner to help landing all the great ideas you have. So together, let's make a difference. Thank you for listening. Let's wrap the last section to our next speaker, Howard, who is going to bring us the application story for Hailo. Thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Irene, for the introduction, and also the Hailo team for making this webinar happen. And well, so Irene did a great job talking about the UP division of AAEON. And on the solution architecture perspective, I want to share some of the overview of what AAEON is. We are part of the ACES since 2011, and we're the industrial and embedded computing division. So, so I'm not gonna go through the UP division again. This is what AAEON offer overall. We have multiple different divisions, and you know, for a lot of people that are not familiar or understanding each different division, we have, you know, single board computers, small single board computer to the motherboard for the industrial server, and we also have box-like computers and 1U to 4U. Server, as well as rugged tablets. And the most important part is that to sell products similar to what Rich and Camille mentioned earlier, is that it really takes a team and of ecosystem partners to make it happen. So we are not just a hardware company anymore. Globally, we have multiple partners that are targeting all the different vertical markets, from transportations, robotics, smart manufacturing, smart city, security surveillance applications, healthcare, and also retail. So with that being said, it's like, you know, all those different vertical markets will have many different ecosystem partners, starting with the data input, which are the cameras. And as a result, we, as AAEON, from up division to other divisions, we provide multiple I/O options, camera options, from IP cameras to USB, GMSL, and simply having the bandwidth for video streams. And for AI accelerators, for the purpose of the webinar, we're primarily talking about Hailo today. And for the hardware platform, Hailo and Intel traditionally in the past, based on our experience, has been working really well for us. And being a Intel Titanium partner, we also have the access to the latest CPU and through our early access program. So that will allow our customer to be able to test out the latest CPU that will have the newer features like the NPU operating systems. So we can, again, sell any hardware without the middleware. Ubuntu has always been the choice. And to make sure the drivers and also the compatibilities of our hardware with this operating system has been one of the reasons why AAEON also has a very large software team to make that happen. And from the software perspective, again, thinking back to the earlier slides, we are talking to different ecosystem partners that have different industry knowledges within those vertical markets to help bring a final solution to our customers. And of course, connectivities, 4G, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, they're all pretty given. And for them to integrate with the popular clouds like AWS, Azure, Google, and also on-premise servers. Again, we at AAEON, we also have a division that provide, up to a 4U on-premise, server as well. And together, this is how AAEON AI is go to market with our partners. So these are some of the highlights of the AAEON Edge AI solutions. Again, today we're talking about the Intel and the Hailo-8 accelerators. And one of the benefits that we see with the Hailo solutions in the past is that they're very good with computer vision. And as a result, this matches very well with majority of our AI use case today, everything with the camera inputs. And this going to different vertical markets and industrial automations that will be looking at anomaly detections, 3D vision, robotics, and optical inspections. And in the smart city and security space, facial recognition, perimeter protection, crowd monitoring, intrusion detection, license plate recognition, they're all pieces of the AI puzzles that are critical in this vertical markets. And in the smart retails, inventory control, consumer behavior analysis, and targeted advertisement are very critical in the smart retail space. And we will talk about different use cases in the following slides to have a deeper dive into these vertical markets. And coupled with the AAEON hardware, you can think of us as your best hardware partner, AAEON is, through our, again, our Intel partnership and also most of our, I would say, if not all of our products will support M.2 and PCIe Express cards of some certain form, various form. And for that reason, we can easily enable AI inferencing at the edge with low power with a single board or higher power with a PCI Express. And for the security aspect, most of our product will support the TPM 2.0. And versatilities, a lot of our standard products will come with the dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, dual COM, and these are the standard from the UP division. And from our other divisions, we'll also have different variation to support various vertical markets. And they all have different expansion slots, like the M.2 E key or the M key for additional Hailo M.2 modules or, the connectivity module like the 4G LTE. We design our product to be robust and to be withstand rugged environment and from 0 degree 32 degree F to 140. Sometimes we have extended temperature model as well. And also the really important part is that our product are deployment ready, meaning that, similar to what Camille was talking about, you can deploy from a pre-trained model from a server or from a different platform to quickly recompile and port it to an UP solution or other AAEON solutions with the M.2 and quickly take it to market with it. So again, just to summarize why AAEON, it's because we are very experienced on the edge and very powerful systems. And starting with Intel and the Hailo platform, minimum 26 TOPS. And that's a single board computer, edge computer, and also on-premise server products. And we have very innovative design that's semi to full customization, flexible I/O and connectivities. And third, we are built for industrial environments, wide temperature support, wide voltage input range, and also fanless. Well, not all the products are fanless, but we can design for specific application that can be fanless. And the four versatile solutions. We're deploy ready. We're again have a strong team that focus on middleware, additional AI modules, and working with evaluation kits. Can be single board, different chassis support. And last, number 5, we are a global company. So we have 16 AAEON global offices. We have 4 regional offices, and we're very experienced in how to manage long product cycle projects. So talk about case study today. So retail AI. So today, the challenge for the retailer is to they have a challenge to convert passerby into customers, and they need to find a way to personalize to make an impactful advertisement. And the solution is AAEON's customer uses the Square Pro 710 Edge that's equipped with the dual Hailo AI accelerator to analyze the customer behaviors and then be able to provide an optimized in-store advertisement based on the person that's in front of it. Imagine, if you're a student, right now is a back to school time, right? You could be advertising based on what the latest trend, this particular type of student age, background, is interested in. So maybe instead of just buying the notebooks, you'll be able to get them to buy some drinks, as well. Maybe even some makeup, right? If you depending on who they are. So you'll be able to target the advertisement to entice them to stay in the store longer. And our product and with Hailo and the software partner that with the retail experience, all together we can make that happen. And some of the key features that enable this, from the hardware perspective, right? It's a lightweight, can be easily installed behind a display. High inferencing power, 52 TOPS, with 2 Hailo-8 AI accelerators. Supports high resolution cameras. We have different connectivity options, and we can have different output display option as well. And again, what that means is that increase the customer engagement, power efficiency, scalability, and customer insight with targeted AI-driven advertisement. And the result is, a smarter integrated marketing strategies leading to a better sales and improved customer experience. Another case study, smart city. So surveillance has been around for a long time, and advanced smart surveillance system or smart surveillance systems require advanced capabilities, like facial recognition, object detection, threat detections on the edge to reduce that latency, to make that real-time deterministic actions. And what solution that AAEON and Hailo provide is that we can actually provide a single board hardware to be able to integrate it with multiple cameras with our camera partner to enable like a 360-degree camera, MIPI CSI input, focus on the high resolution wide angle to create a really powerful, essentially intelligent a camera on the edge. And the beauty of that is that you can actually provide a lot of uh, it's less dependent. It's offline. It could be less dependent of the bandwidth and also the cloud computing to create the real-time updates and threat analysis. And some of the key features that enable this is that the Hailo on board, so we can save that additional M.2 spot for other storage reasons. Is a low latency process with the latest Intel CPU. We can integrate fish eye dewarping cameras from our camera partners and real-time detection for face and threat detection. This could be access control as well, and fanless designs to reduce that single point of failure. And the result is a smarter, the impact is, of course, a smarter AI-driven surveillance camera optimized for facial recognition and the surveillance applications. Wider coverage area with enhanced image quality. And it's very scalable. It's connected to back with a cellular, and it's with a multiple camera. And so it's a very easy to deploy product. And as a result, we enable a more effective smart city surveillance systems and to fight crimes and to deploy across multiple environments. Last but not least, AMR solutions. And so manufacturing automation has always been well, I would say a challenge in the sense that how do you make it more efficient? How do you optimize production workflow? And AMR has been the solution, especially since the rise of the automated warehouse, kind of like the Amazon warehouse, Kiva's, not the Amazon robotics. And since that trend, there's multiple different AMR, the autonomous mobile robots has been startups has been coming around, and what it means that the chance that they have to avoid obstacles, they have to find where they're going, navigating with or without GPS, or they have to reach their destination accurately without running people over or without getting stuck. And the solution is using the Upstream i14. That's the one of the newest product, and couple pair with the dual Hailo AI solution modules, and this will allow a few things, right? So you allow up to 52 types of AI inferencing with Hailo, and you also have the native NPU from the Intel CPU, as well as the MIPI CSI camera or USB camera, or possibly even LiDAR support to allow a very versatile deploy-ready AMR solutions. And some of the key features is again, the 52 tops, the MIPI CSI camera, low latency, and the GPIO pins for the Raspberry Pi-like headers, that will allow to control sensors and communicate with the peripherals. And already mentioned like LiDAR and motor control for a higher accuracy navigation. And the impact of this combination is increase the operational efficiencies, and the AMRs will be able to handle more complex tasks, material transportation, deliveries, and that will allow human worker for a more value-added roles, and improve navigation and obstacle avoidance, and quickly deploy more of those in the multiple warehouse. And together, the result is, they are be able to really go from the old robots to now the AI-powered AMR, and be able to do some more complex feature and for the real-time decision-making capabilities. And that's it. This is my presentation, and thank you very much for your time. And I'm now gonna give this back to Christopher for Q&A.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, everyone. So we do have a few Q&A questions here. I know we're a little short on time here, but I want to make sure that we kind of go over those. We have a question here. Let me pull that up. Question is, can you cover how Hailo can run on a CUDA/TensorFlow for customers who have trained models on NVIDIA?
Yeah, so I'll take that one. I mean, essentially you can port over your model pipeline, since we have most of it covered in that sense. And then you need to take your model, export it to some format like Onyx or TensorFlow, and then run it through our data flow compiler. And from there you can use it.
Okay. Another question was, he wanted to know I want to know how to use the DFC smoothly. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure that's one of the questions here, but
Can you repeat that?
it says I want to know how to use the DFC smoothly.
Okay, I mean, we have Jupyter notebooks that actually walk you through the whole DFC process. So when you install the DFC, if you can run Hailo tutorials, and it'll pop up a set of notebooks that will help walk you through it and run it smoothly.
Another question would be, what is the process of migrating from GPU to accelerator? And also, do we need to rewrite the code from scratch?
I think that's still me. So it's very similar to the first question you asked. You don't need to rewrite. We use all the common interfaces, popular AI frameworks, and things like that. So really, it's just using that DFC and then porting over the same pipeline that you're already using.
Okay. Another question, this is more for Up. What specific advantages does AAEON's Up Squared products or platforms offered for deploying AI applications compared to other computing solutions?
Okay, so this is my part. I could say some of the answers in my presentation, but to summarize, I would say compared to the other Hailo system on the market, we are doing onboard design, right? So first of all, it should be the lower cost can be the most important thing. Let's just roughly give an idea is that if you use the M.2 module simply installed on the existing system and compared to the onboard design, we simply use the accelerator on board. The cost difference is about 50 to 100 US dollars roughly. So it's a huge cost difference, especially in the entry level edge AI box. This is the first part, and another one is that as we design on board, so that means it's a all-in-one solution with a very comprehensive and strict verification plan internal in AAEON. And as we are a very strict IPC company, you can rely on all the QE tests, including the compatibility, reliability, and also all the task plan in our factory. So we can guarantee the quality. That is, and moreover, actually, by end of this year, we're also planning to have a kind of turnkey to install the OS image. We are going to use the Ubuntu plus Hailo driver and some of the models to do an SDK and preload into our 710 edge as a dev kit for our customer to more easily get started with Hailo. Yep.
Okay. And yeah, I think that's all we have for the questions for now. I know we're a little bit tight on time, but I don't see any other ones. But other than that, I want to thank everyone for joining. I know we're thanks for staying for the full length here. We hope you just enjoy the discussion on accelerating AI deployment with AAEON Up and Hailo. I want to thank you for our speakers for providing the compelling case studies and information. Obviously, this is very helpful. As we wrap up, I just remind everyone that partnership between AAEON and Hailo is about making advanced AI technology more accessible and effective. There will be a follow-up email sent in about a week to provide access to the presentations and the recorded video of the webinar for those that were not able to attend, along with some contact information. There will be, AAEON will be at the Embedded World in Austin, Texas, October 8th through 10th. Howard Young and myself will be at the show to share the products we have there, and as well as if you want access, we'll also provide you an access code for the free expo on the email as well. So at the end of this webinar, there's going to be a survey. If you could please provide your feedback, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you have any other further questions, you can go ahead and continue to reach out to us directly. Again, we look forward to seeing you in future sessions. And until then, thank you, everyone. And thank you, Hailo team, and also the UP team for attending and helping out today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aeon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.